What if I told you your brain is secretly sabotaging you? It's running on code from when you were 7 years old. And here's the craziest part. That ancient script is still making decisions for you, deciding if you win the day or get stuck failing over and over. But what if I told you scientists just cracked the code? They proved you can literally rewrite that old programming tonight with a simple if-then command. This isn't just about willpower. This is about making success your brain's default setting. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, I'm giving you the exact 3-line command you can copy-paste into your brain. Imagine your biggest goals running on autopilot. Sounds impossible? It's not magic. It's neuroscience. Section 1, the bug in your operating system. Stop beating yourself up for being lazy. It is not your fault. Your brain is just doing exactly what it was told to do. It's running a program it got when you were a literal child. Think about it. Someone, somewhere said math is hard, or money is hard to get, or the classic, you're not supposed to show your emotions. Those weren't just words, they were commands. Your brain stored them as unbreakable rules. If I try something new, then I'm going to be embarrassed. If I ask for more money, then I'm going to be rejected. If I show how I feel, then everyone will think I'm weak. These aren't just thoughts. They became superhighways of habit in your brain. Why? Because your brain is obsessed with being efficient. Once a path is built, especially one that seems to keep you safe, it gets stronger. Every time you think about starting something new, that old program runs automatically and you get the same reward of avoiding pain. It's not a lack of discipline, it's a program. But here's where it gets insane. Neuroplasticity. This is your brain's superpower to literally rewire itself, build new connections, and delete those old buggy lines of code. The catch? You have to speak its language. And that language isn't some boring pep talk. It's emotion, repetition, and crystal clear rules. So, we're not giving you a motivational speech. We are giving you the literal cheat codes to overwrite your brain's bad programming. This is about taking control of the most powerful supercomputer on the planet, your own mind. Section 2, how the subconscious obeys if-then. Okay, I know what you're thinking. This is way too simple to actually work. But the science is legit. Researchers at Stanford discovered something insane called implementation intentions. Your brain treats an if-then statement like an emergency alert from the CEO. It is the absolute first priority. They put people in brain scanning machines, and when you decide on an if-then plan, the front of your brain goes crazy. But here's the magic. Once the habit gets installed, that part of your brain goes quiet. Instead, your brain's autopilot center takes over. What does this mean? You write the script once, and your brain runs it forever, freeing up your mental energy for bigger things. Imagine the power you'll have. This isn't just about automating a task. It's about automating success. But you have to write this script perfectly for your brain to get it. It needs to be 3 things. Your brain doesn't just hear words. It sees, hears, and feels, experiences. The more detail you pack in, the more real it is. You're not just waking up early, you're experiencing it. Emotion charged. Logic is boring. Emotion is the language your brain understands. When you attach a huge feeling like joy, pride, or excitement to your plan, you supercharge it. It's the difference between a boring instruction manual and an epic movie. 7 words or fewer per clause. This is critical. Your brain processes things at lightning speed. Short, punchy commands are like mental sound bites that can actually survive the trip from your conscious thoughts to your subconscious. We are literally hacking the firmware of your brain. Section 3, three-line rewrite. All right, this is it. The moment you've been waiting for. Do not skip this part. This is the exact three-line code that will change your life. Line 1, define the trigger with insane detail. This isn't just about what starts the habit. It's about painting a movie scene. A boring trigger is easy to ignore, but a super detailed one is impossible to miss. When my alarm goes off is generic, but when my phone screams at 5:59 a.m. and I smell the dark roast already brewing, that is a scene your brain can't ignore. Line 2, attach the action to the trigger with a massive emotional reward. This is where you give your brain a shot of dopamine. You're not just doing something, you're connecting it to an incredible feeling. Instead of I get out of bed, say I launch my feet to the cold floor and stand tall, because that first breath of air tastes like victory. You feel that? Cold floor tastes like victory. You're connect the action to winning. Your brain will chase that feeling like crazy. Line 3. Install a failure safe that makes you never want to miss. This is your insurance policy. This line tells your brain that skipping is not an option. It uses the psychology that losing something hurts twice as much as winning feels good. This isn't about punishment. It's about creating a consequence so bad your brain will do anything to avoid it. Example, if I hit snooze, I owe my friend $100, and the app posts it publicly. Now you have financial and social loss on the line. Your brain will work overtime to avoid that. Here's the full code for waking up early. When my phone screams at 5:59 a.m., I smell the dark roast already brewing. I launch my feet to the cold floor and stand tall because that first breath of air tastes like victory. If I snooze, I owe my friend $100. The app posts it publicly. That's it. A few words packed with dopamine, adrenaline, and social pressure. These are the things that force your brain to rewire itself overnight. For installation, say this full script out loud every single night for 7 nights. While looking at it, just 7. By night 8, the script will run without you even thinking about it. Quick CTA. No, seriously. Pause this video. I'm not kidding. Grab your phone, a napkin, I don't care what, and write down your 3 lines right now. This is the most important thing you'll do all day. I dare you. Once you're done, hit play, because I'm about to show you how to stack these hacks and become unstoppable. Section 4, stacking loops without crashing the system. This is where everyone messes up. They get hyped, try to change 20 things at once, and their brain just crashes. It's a total system failure. Don't do that. The pro move is to stack your habits. Once you have one habit on complete autopilot, let's say after 14 days, you bolt the next one onto it. You use its momentum. So after you automatically brew your coffee, the new rule is I open my laptop and write 1 sentence before the cup is empty. The trigger for your new writing habit isn't some random idea. It's the highly predictable, already rewarding act of making coffee. The new habit gets the same dopamine boost. Programmers call it dependency injection. You're building on a solid foundation that's already automated. Here's the golden rule for stacking. Only add 1 new loop every 2 weeks. This isn't slow, it's smart. You need to give your brain time to literally build and insulate the new wiring. If you go too fast, you'll fry the system, get frustrated, and quit. Gradual, consistent layering is the secret to building an entire ecosystem of success that runs on its own. Section 5, emotional amplifiers. Just repeating things is boring, and boredom is the ultimate killer. To make these scripts stick, we need to use some insane tricks from memory champions and elite performers. We're layering in emotional amplifiers. First, crank up the awareness. Your brain is hardwired to remember anything that's unusual. Imagine your alarm clock is a giant flamingo doing a dance, or your coffee mug has googly eyes and is cheering you on. The crazier the image, the more your brain pays attention and remembers it. Second, ADD, a physical snap. This is a crazy neurological anchor. While you say your script, physically press your thumb and middle finger together, or tap your temple. This simple physical action links the mental script to a physical feeling. Studies show this can literally double your recall speed. It's like a physical shortcut button for your brain's new program. Third layer in the scent. This is the most powerful amplifier of all. Smell is the only sense that plugs directly into the emotion and memory centers of your brain. One whiff of something unique, like peppermint oil, during your rehearsal can reboot the entire loop years from now. Air Force pilots use this to remember critical checklists under insane 9-gram stress. This isn't a gimmick, it's an exploit in your brain's wiring. Section 6, the failure safe that makes relapse expensive. Look, you're human. You'll miss once, but missing twice, that's not a mistake. That's the start of a new failing habit. To prevent this, we build in the tax. This isn't punishment. It's making the cost of skipping so high, your brain refuses to do it. Here's how it works. Every time you skip, you must perform a penalty you've already decided on. And this penalty has to be something you hate. We're talking 50 burpees, a $20 donation to a political party you despise, or publicly admitting on social media that you failed. It has to sting. Why is this so effective? Because your brain hates losing way more than it loves winning. The pain of losing $20 or being publicly embarrassed is a much bigger motivator than the small pleasure of staying in bed. This hack flips everything. You no longer need willpower to start. Your brain uses all its power to avoid the punishment. Want to supercharge this? Post your tax on social media. Studies show that having your reputation on the line can triple how often you stick to your goals. You'll probably never even have to pay the tax. After once or twice, your subconscious will see skipping as a huge danger. The easy way out becomes the hardest path. Section 7, the compiler. Think of your brain as a computer. You can't run new software without installing it, right? And no new habit truly installs without what happens during your sleep. Sleep isn't rest. It's when the real work happens. During deep sleep, your brain replays the day's important moments at 20 times the original speed. It moves your new habit from temporary memory to your brain's hard drive, where it becomes automatic. If you cut your sleep short, this whole process fails. You're stuck in tutorial mode forever, always struggling to do things that should be easy. Here's the final hack. Rehearse your if-then script right before you turn out the lights. You're telling your brain, hey, this is top priority. Install this tonight. To supercharge this even more, pair your rehearsal with a tiny bit of melatonin and a 3-minute cold shower before bed. These two things are proven to make your sleep deeper. The result? You literally wake up with the new script installed and ready to run with zero effort. Section 8, measuring the upgrade. How do you know if you're winning? Stop tracking the outcome. Don't obsess over your word count or your weight. Instead, track if you completed your trigger. Get a calendar, stick it on your wall, and every single day you follow your if-then rule / a huge bold red X through the date. This chain of X's becomes its own reward. You'll become obsessed with not breaking the chain. After about 21 days, the habit should feel totally automatic, like brushing your teeth. It's no longer something you do. It's part of who you are. And when you hit that milestone, celebrate, but do something new and exciting. buy concert tickets, a new gadget, something that actually gets you hyped. This teaches your brain that upgrading your habits leads to insane rewards, making it hungry for the next challenge. Final CTA. All right, you have the blueprint. There are 0 excuses now. I want you to screenshot the 3-line template in the description right now. Then post your first if-then script in the comments. I challenge you to do it. And if you haven't subscribed, what are you even doing? Smash that subscribe button. Here's the truth. Your brain isn't fixed. It's a living computer, and you are the programmer. You have the power to delete the old failing code and install new code that makes you a winner. The process is simple. Write the if-then code. Make it detailed, emotional, and short. Add crazy emotion. Use weirdness, physical anchors, and smells. Stack the loop. Build new habits on top of old ones. Tax the failure. Make skipping painful. Sleep. Let your brain install the code. Measure. Track your compliance and celebrate the wins. Do these 6 steps and success stops being something you chase. It becomes something your brain automatically builds for you while you dream. So go patch your code tonight and watch what happens tomorrow.